right, good.
Check.
Huh.
Ooh. Is the light thing on?
Oh.
What'd you say?
Is this light thing on?
What light thing?
Can we dim the lights?
Yeah.
Turn it off.
Get it moved. Ooh,
Damn,
damn.
Lord.
And light the candle.
Dark.
This is like anonymous podcast. You podcast with someone you can't even see and you have no idea who they
I
are.
thought you were gonna cut the lights on.
It's literally
absolutely hilarious.
It's literally a podcast. You know, you go on the pod.
Yes, like the dating show.
Yeah,
Love is Blind.
I had
Love is Blind.
I worked on that show.
You worked on Love is Blind?
Bruh, I had a Love is Blind idea.
Not the podcast experience.
No,
but,
the show.
No, I'm saying not the podcast experience, but I did the
reunion.
after
You
they
get on my
all
fucking nerves.
that shit was
You
crazy.
get on my nerves.
Why you say I get on your
Cause you're
nerves?
so cool.
I'm not.
I watch it.
I work on a lot of things.
I will snatch these mics out this. Oh, that show was funny as well.
Oh
I have
man.
a Love is Blind idea if they want to make it like they want to make some money, man.
You know they made like 3 seasons, like different areas. Like they got Love is Blind Japan, Love is Blind.
Damn, Japan probably love that shit.
Don't they have,
I
like,
got
a
one.
Brazil one.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Bro, what if there was a Love is Blind like place you can go into, like a escape room or something, but you just go in the pod like with anybody, like you could just go in as a group or whatever, you know, and then y'all each go into a pod and you don't know who you're talking to, and you might find a date when you leave.
That's literally Love is Blind.
Yeah,
But,
but
like,
real
instant,
life.
yeah.
Yeah, instant. Yeah, so you don't have to be on the TV show.
Yeah.
Understandable. I'm gonna tell you now.
That was scary.
Move your.
Damn it.
She gotta have something.
Sorry.
You're gonna kill me.
I'm just a rapper, you know, I gotta hold the mic.
I understand.
Rapper in the
All
past
right.
life.
What's up, everybody? This
we
is.
rolling?
Yeah, you asked that
Oh,
every
shit.
time.
Oh, I didn't know either. Cool.
But don't put my brilliant idea up on air, bruh.
Oh no,
I'm just kidding.
I'll bleep it out.
All right.
Bleep. Yeah. What's up, everybody? This is Sade.
This is Alex.
And this is Diamond.
And this is Create Her Voice, where we create.
Connect.
And crew up.
Hey.
Hey.
And today's topic is all about the audio. So this is mainly my topic today.
Hey.
Yeah, I was already told to take my hand off the mic, so
It's because you keep fidgeting with it.
yeah, but
It makes a bunch of noise.
Y'all audio people can do everything.
Yeah,
Like,
we do. My ears, I hate going out and like my ears hear everything.
Oh my goodness.
it's funny because audio people are so quiet on set. I'll be like, oh, that must be the audio person. They ain't said nothing yet.
Listening for everything that could potentially.
They're just in the corner organizing their live mics.
That's how it be.
Yeah, like you can point out the audio person within like 5 minutes of stepping on set.
Damn.
At least I can.
Yeah.
It's always just the one. They're not shy. They just don't have anything to say.
Yeah.
I used to be shy when I first started.
Yeah.
Oh God, I used to be so shy.
What was your first like major job?
Oof, that means I gotta think long back then.
Yeah, then you was just like, oh, I'm audio for real. Like for real, for real.
So, shout out to y'all don't know this guy, but his name is Jermaine Thomas. He introduced me to the film world of audio. He was my mentor. Shout out to him. He was like, hey, you want to come on set? One, I found him via Instagram. So
You reached out to him?
I reached out to him because after I got out of school, went to SAE Institute in Atlanta. After I got out of school, did an internship, and then I was looking for a mentor because like the internships just was not working. But he was like, all right, cool, you want to learn? Just give my number and then we'll link up. So I was like, cool, bet. So I forgot where it was, somewhere by Northside Drive, but we went to, I don't even remember the production, but I was just shadowing him, and it was with Young Jock, some other celebrities, and like I was just shadowing, and then they was like, oh, we need a boom op.
Everybody look at you.
Everybody looking at me like, oh, you got this? I'm like, what? I'm like, what? You got this? So like, it was just one scene, and I was like, I was a boom op. So I'm like, all right, bitch. So it's time to go. It's time to go. But that was my first production. I think it was called Dating in Atlanta. And Young Jock was
creative.
on it.
Such a creative name.
Young Jock was on it, and like me and my wife went to the premiere and everything. Like this was like a year later. Like I was like, okay, it's my first day. But it was cool. Like they recorded it off of Zoom H6.
Oh wow.
I don't know how they did that, but I think it was just that recorder was just doing the boom.
Was this pre Love and Hip Hop? Did it end up becoming Love and Hip Hop?
I think this was just some short that the guy I forgot what, like this was literally a long time ago. But like the guy was just like creating a short. He asked Young Jock and some other celebrities, and they just came together. But yeah, that was my first job, and then I was like, all right, cool. Next on my list, I need to be at Tyler Perry Studios. Let alone years later.
Yeah.
Tyler Perry Studios.
Yeah. So that's
Wow.
So how do you like start in? I mean, I guess you told us just like you just start being a boom op, but like if someone wants to do sound for movies and shows and video, like where do they start?
Yeah, like what's entry level for sound?
I think entry level is one, get you a team of people to learn from. Because some people don't understand this, but you know, sound is half your picture. And once you get a grip on what it actually takes to be a sound person, like it's still a lot for me. Yeah. And I've been in this for a while. But ask me the question again, Alex.
If somebody who, you know, wants to start in video production or filmmaking, doing audio, like how do they start? Like, should they get equipment first, or should they like be on set networking, or like?
So one, I would say network first. Don't buy any equipment.
Okay.
The equipment that I have, I built over time. I didn't start with equipment. Like my mentor showed me equipment that he had borrowed from somebody, and he was like, "This is how this worked." And then YouTube helped me too. Yeah. So I'm like, all right, let me apply what I'm learning and then actually do it. But no, like I met a girl at Lego Masters, and she was like, oh, I want to learn audio. I'm like, bet. The first thing is opening your mouth, because can't nobody read your mind.
Right.
Yeah.
If you want to learn, cool, but you gotta, you know, do the action behind it. You cannot. Audio is not easy. It's not for like anybody that's like a slacker. Yeah. Cause your name is your brand, and if you fuck up on audio,
yeah,
you ain't gonna have no work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna have no work.
Yeah. I've also seen like on set, people will blame the audio person for stuff that's out of their hands too.
Yep.
Like it was the last set I was on, and the AD was a dick. I ain't gonna lie. But
is this the same set?
No.
Okay.
This is wait, the one I told you about, the AD talking about do push-ups and stuff.
Yeah,
that was that guy.
Okay,
but he was like, they didn't brief, you know.
Talking to the mic, Caroline.
Sorry. Still going. See, audio person told me talking to mic. But yeah, so you like. I've worked with that audio guy. I'm not gonna say his name because then y'all know the set, but I've worked with him before. He's super dope. He works with Revolt and everything. Like he's solid. But he showed up with doing his normal thing, and then AD was like, "Yo, we need another lot. Like we needed like multiple lives and everything. Like clearly didn't brief him on any of what was going on.
Yeah,
and then he blamed him for like not having these things." It's just funny because he was just like,
they probably didn't provide the budget for that.
They probably didn't. I mean, obviously they didn't, because I had to step in and do a role that wasn't even my role. Like I was production managing, and I just happened to have a teleprompter app on my iPad, which they needed an entire teleprompter, and I was the only one on set that had it. And I was like, nobody thought about this before this production, but whatever. The whole point is, he was like really going after the audio guy, and I was like, it's clearly I don't know. No one cared but the AD. But
Yeah.
you know, it just sucks when like audio does the best they can and then they get chewed out for stuff that's like
Oh my
not
God.
in there. It's like, what do you want me to do?
Yeah.
You know?
How does that help anyways, though?
It really doesn't help, but I mean, we try to over communicate.
Yeah.
What do you need
Yeah.
before we're even shooting?
That's very
What
true.
do you need?
Yeah.
How many people do you have? Is it just a sit down interview?
Yeah.
Are we in the field? And it's like, if you don't answer those questions or communicate with us, we don't know what you want.
Yeah.
So
That's very
damn.
true.
That's crazy. Sorry that happened to that guy.
He's good though. I'm sure it did not affect his workload in any way. So,
But you know, audio is not just, you know, in the field. You have post audio, which they mix. You got Foley, which you can do sound design with. Man,
so
like,
you can only be a Foley person. Like if I'm like, yeah, I do Foley. That's my thing.
yeah, like
just hire me for Foley.
Like you can literally go online right now and sell sounds.
Facts. No, you
The
can't.
train, footsteps, water,
Yeah.
the wind.
Okay.
YouTube out for all that.
Man, like
Yeah,
like
yeah.
like what, like when people think about sound, like is it underrated or overrated?
I just don't think people understand how important it is. So would that be under?
You got talking to the mic too.
Dang.
Pull it closer to you. He said, dang.
See, clearly not sound. But what was I saying?
She said. You said it's. I don't know. She was like, "Are we overrated or underrated?"
So that
audio?
would be considered underrated, right? Because I think people look at something and they're watching it and they're just like, yeah, this is great and it feels great. But like, if you were to strip away
The audio.
all the extra, especially with movies specifically, if you were to strip away all the extra sounds and things that make it sound real, like it would take you out of the moment. So crazy.
It would, because like trailers wouldn't be the same without.
At all.
No.
Did you see that Creed trailer?
No, not yet. My man is in it though.
Oh shit.
Was it good or bad?
They're major, you know.
It was good.
Oh, okay.
It was Michael B. Jordan's first directorial debut.
Wait, Creed, like the original Creed?
Creed
This is
3.
like with
Oh, Creed
Apollo,
3.
right, or something like that.
think so, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, they did Creed 3 in Atlanta.
Oh, so he directed it. This
He
time.
directed it this
Yeah.
time.
I see
Is he
some
in it
clips
too?
of
He's in it too.
Okay. Oh, that's always amazes me too.
But yeah, like the sound effects.
crazy.
Oh, man, let me go
I'm
watch
sure
that
they
shit.
gotta be insane
Yeah, it do.
because you can't hear someone throw a punch. You know,
No.
once it lands.
But they like make it pop out. Like I don't even think that they actually hit somebody in the scene.
Yeah, it's like some Foley.
Yeah, all of that is
Going crazy.
like when you actually dissect a film.
Mm-hmm.
Majority of it is like
Sound. It's so
sound.
important. Even
Yeah.
editing the short film that I'm doing now, like I'm at the point where I'm finding sounds for every little thing. I've even gotten to the point where I'm doing like some ADR stuff now. Like they sending me voice notes.
Yeah.
Like we're feeling just like to just fill the room. That was something I actually just learned about because so I don't know if y'all remember this, but like when I was younger and I would watch movies, like I remember watching Rush Hour on TV, not like the actual movie, like it came on TV on some channel. And I remember Chris Tucker talking and like you could tell, like I was like, this sounds weird, but I know it's his voice, but it sounds weird because I know it's supposed to be a curse word right there or whatever.
Oh, you talking about when they would
ADR,
blur out the
They would like,
voiceovers?
they would like do a voice over the
Oh,
actual
yeah,
movie,
yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
like, that is so crazy. I did not know they did that because
Yeah.
it's just like, so y'all really have a process when y'all go into the studio after the movie,
Yep.
and you watch yourself on the screen and you're like
Yeah.
mimicking the words on the
Yeah.
screen. I'm like, that is so
It's
crazy.
a thing, man. It's a thing.
ADR,
I
yeah.
love the process though, cause it's I don't know. I'm tired of it, but like I will never forget it.
Yeah,
It's dope.
So
it's so cool. I like the videos like on Instagram where it's like it be like dude in the studio with a bunch of stuff and he like cracked the lettuce and it sound like
Yeah,
bones and stuff.
yeah.
Like that's insane to
it's
me.
very creative. Like
Like, how do you figure that? How do you figure lettuce sounds like a bone? Like, do you just crack lettuce
man,
one
you
day and you're
hear
just
it.
like,
it's the ear.
Yeah,
You gotta
yeah.
have that ear.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, then there's no point
And
in
they're
even
telling
being
us how
that.
stuff sounds, because the average person just don't be cracking bones every day to
Yeah.
be like,
Yeah.
nah,
Yeah.
that's an egg. Like, nobody cares
Yeah.
about that kind of
That's
stuff.
true.
So that's dope.
Yeah, I think I did hear that. Was it dinosaurs or something? Actually, didn't sound like what we think they sounded like.
Somebody just
It's
like,
just someone, just for the Hollywood effect,
Yeah.
and then
Yeah.
like we just think that they sound like that now. Like, happens with a lot of stuff actually. I can't remember off the top of my head, but I know like some things are done just for Hollywood effect, and that's just how we think that they happen, and that ain't really how it happens.
So I wonder, like, you know, back in the day when they had the silent films, how were they boring?
no.
Because they was silent.
I think they had to work harder to get the message across without having to use audio. But they also had, like, they were scoring silent films then too, so the music
Yeah.
would
Yeah.
carry the story too. Like, it would vary up and down in volume.
So let me ask you,
Yes.
do you think sound is 75% of a film or 50?
75.
Because like that, a movie would be so boring, like without the music,
75 for
without the
sure.
sound effects, without the dialogue.
Yes.
Like they be putting us down though.
Nah, that's
They
crazy.
do.
They don't understand then. I think that's exactly what
Yeah.
it is. Because if you were to do like side by side, like, okay, here's this movie. Let's watch a few minutes of this. Cool. Okay, and then play the movie with the sound and the score.
Yeah.
And you know what I'm saying? It's a whole different experience.
Because listening to people talk is boring
Yes.
without
So boring.
without the
Unlike
extra.
this podcast.
I know, this is fun.
You're having a great time.
Yeah. You hear some of them with sound
this,
effects.
but even with this, the music up under this, like,
Yeah,
you know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
yeah.
It carries the vibe. Like, it's just so
Yeah.
important.
Yeah. And your sound effects.
And the sound effects
Yeah,
that
we need-
I am not using. I gotta find a good one to slip in
you
there,
give me
but
one?
you know.
I need an explosion, at least one
Let
explosion.
me see.
I'll always put explosions in post for you.
Oh yeah, give me an explosion. That's all I need.
Dang, I don't even hear it. I'm playing it though.
For real?
Oh dang.
It's good. Okay.
That's
I'll put it
Next
in
one.
post.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get the soundboard together.
Yeah.
So
But,
sound is 75%.
I feel like it is because like, cause I used to be like, oh, it's half your picture, but like,
75.
I feel like it's more.
It's funny because that will be the last thing people invest in. It's like,
It
bro,
is. Oh my God, you don't know how many indie films I've done. They be like, oh, we got a 150 for you. I'm like, bro, like you gonna get a boom.
Yeah, like you gonna get a shotgun mic on your
And they're
camera.
like, well, can we? I'm like, you can rent your own equipment, but because when I started this, like, I started with Tracy and them, like, it was like, come in, do this with the boom and my Zoom H6, and I used to be like, all right, cool, like I'm getting experience, da 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 da.
Yep.
But then after I got around more of my peers, my audio people, they was like, nah, you need to start charging for labor and gear. And I'm like, what are you talking about? I can do that?
Yeah.
And then I just started my rate change. So it's like once you obtain more knowledge in this industry, on set, actually getting your fingers and feet wet with all the knowledge that you're learning, like you expect that person to grow
Yeah.
as you in your field and you in your field. Like, hey, my rate gonna go up. Like, y'all rate's gonna go up. So, but yeah, man, like you gotta grow with yourself, your gear,
Yep.
everything.
Yeah, I love that. And I don't know, I feel like sound is so important to get someone experience on sound. Like someone can have the gear and still not be experienced. Like for instance, I'm working on it's like a TV show or a reality show type competition show. And they're on a budget, doing the first season. And they're like, yeah, well, you think we could just put mics on our camera and live everyone up, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, you could. I can't say you can't, but I'm like, if you think about editing and you have every scene and every camera, you have 3 cameras in every scene, and you have the audio per person talking, and you think that you're going to be able to line all that up all together in your editing on your own without you labeling that stuff. I was like, you could try, but
You're working a lot harder.
like you just need somebody that knows what you need in the moment.
Yeah.
You don't have to stop and be like they're gonna stop you and be like, let's do room tone.
Yeah.
They're gonna label your audio for you.
Yeah.
You know, they're gonna level it for you. So when you sit down on that computer, that's when you get what you pay for.
Yeah.
Because
Yes.
people
they don't understand.
It's a whole organizing part of it, and you can't see it. Like sometimes you can get away with not organizing footage because you can see it. So you're like, okay, I'll just figure it out and post. Audio, you got to listen to that over and over to figure out where it was. Nah, bruh.
Yeah.
Invest in your audio person.
Yeah.
Invest in your audio person.
For sure. Because organization is key, like I told you.
Yeah.
That slate
Like,
saving my life.
Yeah.
I find a line in the audio.
Yeah.
I'm like,
And that's why it's good to like clap and like organize. Like I'm editing a project for, you know, I'm like, oh, this is unorganized. We can't.
But you're organizing a project and nobody clapped.
Well, we did have a slate, and that was a problem.
No, that's.
And I told her like, we're never not slating this.
Yeah.
Because that will cause so much dysfunction in your production in post.
Yeah.
Like nobody wants to edit. It's been on the fucking shelf for like a year.
Yeah. And that's why slates are so expensive. Like you can get this
No,
the
they're not.
basic
$12.
No,
I'm talking about
the digital slate. Yes. Oh, they like $1,000.
And I want me one.
Yeah, because I mean,
it's okay. I'm getting one, and you can borrow it. Yeah.
No, I got because I get it. Like after you do this for a while, you like, no, we need a digital.
Digital slate, and time code, especially if your cameras accept time code. Like it's a thing.
Yeah.
Like organization is key for audio.
Yeah.
Like that's real major. Like that's the reason why I would get gigs, because I would organize it. You know, I had my little baby.
Yeah.
But like I'll be like, hey, let me organize it for you, and then I'll give it back to you. And they'd be like, damn.
Yep.
I'd be like, I'm just making it easier for you.
Do you charge that as like an extra service?
I don't. Back then I didn't.
Oh, okay.
I would just do it.
I was like, you can really like get the bag, because like you got the equipment.
Yeah.
See, I met
you're
you
doing
at
the
wrong
labor.
time.
Honestly.
Yeah, you got the equipment, you're doing the labor, and then why can't you go in on the post end and be like, oh, we'll assemble the audio for you.
Yeah.
I'll pay top dollar.
Yeah,
every time. You understand? I have a budget for that.
Back then it just wasn't, you know.
Yeah.
It wasn't a thought. And I was like, you know, because I had this little thing, like they would pay me $300, and I had this little thing. I'm like, no, just because that Zoom H6 is not labeled, it just records.
Yeah.
But like with this big boy, it'll do it, and then you can do it wirelessly. So it's just like I said, you grow with your equipment, and when you grow with your equipment, you need to raise that rate.
That is so dope.
So yeah,
That is so dope.
Yeah.
Yo, speaking of like sound and scoring for films, I'm really starting to influence my friends who are artists and who are musicians to start scoring films.
Yes, they make money in that too.
Oh my god,
so much money.
Like you in the studio all day, and I know you're trying to get these beats off to these artists.
Facts.
But I'm saying like that could really be a bag in the avenue. So
Yeah.
I think that's super duper dope.
Yeah, it's all about, cause you know, music back then it was up,
Yeah.
but now it's not, because like you got streaming, this and that, blah blah blah. But like when you put your music in a film,
Yeah.
That's how you get
that's
discovered
how you,
now.
Yeah, that's how you get your bread.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people's music is in like P Valley, right? Like those Insecure had some people's songs I know, and I think it's just now I feel like becoming popular. Like scoring is just now becoming like well-known mainstream, because I remember Cardi B and Halle Berry scored that one film, and it was like a first all women scored film, and they was like promoting it. It was like a boxing movie.
Yeah, I remember that.
And I watched it just because they scored it. I didn't even really care for the movie.
Yeah,
I was like, it's fine. But the actual, I literally went on Netflix and watched it because they scored it, and I was just like, I just want to see what they did.
Yeah.
So I think that's a dope. It's just now becoming known what that even means.
Yeah.
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 Yeah. I think it's really dope. I don't know the terminology or the difference between having your song and having them add your song to the movie versus sitting in the room watching the film and actually like scoring the music towards or according to what's happening. Because I walked in, you know, Fran, and you know she does live streaming, and I went to hang out with her one day, and her boyfriend Justin was just like sitting at his computer and messing around with music, and it was just so intense. And I was just like, "What is Justin doing?" She was like, "He's scoring this video right now." So he was making a beat according to what was happening. So if people started moving faster, then the beat is getting faster.
Yeah,
like so, and I was
dope.
like, "That is so dope!" Like,
Wow.
yeah,
And that's a posting.
yeah,
They get some bread for that.
yeah.
Yeah.
He was
Yeah.
killing it. And I was like, "That's
Because I feel like the person who scores also chooses the music too.
Yeah, they do.
Like, so you would, if you want your song in a film, you would find who's scoring it, not like the director. I mean, you could send it to the director, but
I mean, you would submit it to that production company, but the person obviously that's, you know, in post for scoring,
yeah,
they'll be like, okay, this song is high
fitting
tone for that.
yeah, the
But yeah,
post-production.
wow, that's crazy.
yeah." I think
I didn't know he do that.
in a past life. That's what I'm supposed to be doing too.
What?
That's like my favorite part, like finding music that even with like the event coverage that I do or just like little clips that I do, my favorite part is always like finding music that fits exactly the mood that I felt like was happening at that event and that kind of thing.
Do you feel like when you edit videos, do you start with the music or you start with
You
the
gotta start with the music.
Everybody
It's
doesn't
fun-
do that.
No, because in the commercial world, you don't do that.
well, yeah, in the commercial world, I feel like it's different every, you know,
yeah,
thing.
it works in the music video world, obviously, because you have the music first. But in like when I worked for the production network I worked for, I had to do opposite. Like I was so used to knowing the song that I was going to use to edit to. They don't want you. They're like, no, we go by the sound bites, like the dialogue, or we go by like what the client wants you to say up front, and then the client kind of dictates the video, and then you got to get the music approved after you've edited it.
Wow.
Then you add the music, and it's like, dang, like. And I remember one of my friends, Bree BXL, she when I was touring with her in 90s R&B karaoke, she had to go through that with them, and she was like, is that something normal to ask for me, like to not do the music first? And she was like, I have to switch music, and I'm like, bruh, I feel your pain, I feel it, but that's like a normal commercial thing, and it's so annoying because even as Black people, we're to the beat, you know. That's how we
rhythm
see.
is just
I mean, for the most part, that's how we see, and like having to switch that up is like so difficult.
I'm like, okay, but this cut is gonna be off beat.
I know, it's like
You just wanted to change just right there. Okay.
yeah. No, client don't care. Client's like, no, we need this corporate beat here.
Yeah, I be snapping with the corporate beats too. I be listening to stuff there too.
But not if you don't know the corporate, because I did something for Sprite.
You better talking to that mic.
Bruh, sorry. I did something for Sprite, and I had a dope beat, but they couldn't get it approved, so they had me switch it, and I was like,
yeah.
I mean, the beat was straight, but it wasn't the original one. And I was like,
swerve.
okay. I was like, it's fine. I was like, I'll do director's cut.
You're like, here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe like that.
What's her?
Dang, I'm sitting here thinking about. I'm trying to get in that Foley world.
Right, yo ass. Hey,
we need to start a Foley company.
Bro.
I'm trying to be in the studio
Because I just love
lettuce.
it's crazy because I love looking at your rain videos, but I love hearing it too.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
It's like a breath of fresh air in the
Oh, it
morning
feels so
listening to that.
Yeah.
Bro, we need to make a Foley website where anyone could just find sound effects.
Hold on.
I feel like
Cut this out. We doing this.
I feel like they have sound effects websites.
You want me to cut it out?
Hey, we doing this. So,
We need Black people
Foley.
Foley. No, seriously, I want a website. Like, I was trying to find
Ooh, that's why we got to get our own soundboard.
Black people Foley. What is Black people Foley, bro? What is the sound Black people make no one else make?
We make first of
A
all,
whole
we
lot.
are the
That
culture.
sound, that
right. We are the culture, so we can make it happen.
Dang, that's dope.
You're trying to put so much on our plate.
I'm just saying, because I mean, and you can put this out because, but like B-roll, ain't no black people B-roll. You gotta literally type in black girl walks, black girl.
Yeah, I
in
hate
heels.
that because like I was on
Dang,
motion arrays and I couldn't find.
You mean sound, or you mean like
She was just saying.
stock footage?
Yeah.
I was just saying, yeah, stock footage.
I've been wanting to do
There's
that
no
for so
black people
long.
stock footage.
Cut this out. We doing this.
Okay.
Well, it's like it's
I'm
not even.
joking, I'm
The thing is, it's not even like people know that we need that. Like
Yeah.
just like Pinterest, there was a black people Pinterest, but no one really went on it because they didn't have enough
That sucks,
content.
man. It's like I feel like when black people do something, it's like you just don't get enough support.
Well, the thing is, when it comes to stock footage and sound effects, you need so much in your database so that people know that they can go there and find anything.
you need a
So when
lot.
you start it off, you're not going to have a lot in your database.
Yep.
So people are going to be like, you don't, I may or may not find it here.
Yeah.
So, it depends on the model, but I think many people have recommended me black people stock footage. I've met people who are like, I'm doing black people stock footage, then they stop.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you just have to have the vision to do that. Black people
The
sound
time,
effects. And be consistent, and it'll exist, and maybe we can do it. But putting that idea out there ain't even blocking nobody, because
Oh yeah, of course not.
half the people ain't even gonna receive the information, and the other half of them people that did receive it ain't gonna do nothing about it.
Yeah.
So do you want me to cut this out or cut it in?
I don't know what our time is looking like.
I was not timing. Yeah.
Okay, we on 31.
Okay, I think this is that's good.
That's fine. Yeah. But we just gotta end it.
Follow us, you guys, on Create Her ATL. That's CreateHeratl on Instagram, and that's Create Her _ATL on Twitter.
Yes.
Tap into our Twitter; it'd be funny. All right, we don't want to be talking alone on Twitter.
Nope.
And then if you ever want to be a part of this podcast or collaborate with us on our events or anything like that, feel free to email us at createheratl@gmail.com.
All right, cool. And we are going to end this podcast with the definition of create, which means to build or make. And then the subversion of creating is the process of making, dreaming up, inventing, and evolving. Thank y'all.
Peace out.
Bye y'all. And music. Dun, dun, dun.